All right. Well, there we go. Those
So,
30 seconds go by very quickly.
time flies in the green room, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, and now, I mean, we can edit, we'll edit and clean it up later, potentially. But if we need to go and do any sending out and letting people know that this is live in all the places and things like that,
Yeah.
I
Did they?
think. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'll check it later. I'm trying to set up too many things at once. So let's just hang out and talk
Okay. Did
for
they give
sure.
you, or is there a link available on the stream where people can view it yet? I don't see that
This
on.
is what so I'm actually because I'm having issues setting up the Empire Builder channel. So I have, let's see, let's see what I can find here. That's the referral link. No, that's for StreamYard. No, basically I've got it going out onto my old YouTube as well as through the Glanker Empire Twitter.
Okay.
And then I was trying to set it up to Den to be broadcasting in the new Den streaming platform on Farcaster, but I don't have it going out there yet. Let me see. Empire Builder. There we go. So we've got it going live through the Empire Builder Twitter for sure. So I'm going to grab that and I'll send that to you. There we go.
I think I'm live on Twitter now too, and on YouTube.
Perfect. Okay, good. Well, which YouTube are you using? You have a Bizarre Beast one?
Bizarre Beast, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Send me that one in my messages and I'll share that out. And you've got it do you have it casted out on Farcaster as well? Because I'll just go and recast that. If you want to go and do those things, I'll talk and do like an intro blurb.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. See? It's all coming together. All right. Well, that's the preamble is giving time for people to show up. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining in from around the world to hear our Empire Builder, a bizarre Empire Builder special event with Dylan, the Bizarre Beast himself.
Yo, happy to be here.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for being here. Otherwise, it's me talking to myself for a long time
yeah,
and looking around, lost, confused, and trying to poke buttons. I am the Yerbear Zerker. I'm drinking yerba mate. My dog is being let in because she was worried and wanted to know where I was. Okay, there we go. So she's now in the office. And yeah, so Empire Builder. Oh, it's fun. I haven't done enough live events, so we're going to start doing those more. But yeah, Empire Builder, we are a platform of tools, resources, and services aimed to help creators, builders, and founders grow from their dream to their empire. That sounded pretty good, huh? So
that's great. Yeah, from dream to empire.
From dream to empire. So it's wonderful having Dylan here, having Bizarre Beast here. I've had the great honor and fortune to get to have many conversations with him over the past year, get to know him more, and to see him take his dream, his art, his vision, his magic power, and bring it into the world, and not just bring it into the world, but do it in a way that is at the forefront of what on-chain sort of technology tools that Emergent Edge allows. Yeah. So with no further ado, Dylan, would you care to? I'm not used to calling you Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know it's a new thing, right?
It is. How long have you been out as Dylan for?
You know, I can't say I ever really hit it. I just never really mentioned it, and then over time, it's just kind of become part of the public brand.
Yeah,
Bizarre Beast is still obviously the main brand name, and it's actually exciting to get to put my name out there a little bit more.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not just the Yerbear Zerker. I'm also Jordan Ororum.
Right. You're Jordan.
And I am Jordan. Yeah. And like 3 months ago, I think I merged I made it like professionally official on my LinkedIn. So now my LinkedIn says Jordan the Year Berserker Orm. It's like that's when you're going all web. You're bringing the Web3 in, and
Yeah, you're
normal
bridging it.
non-Web3 people are being like, "What the heck is this guy about?" Yeah,
Yeah. So it's definitely a different thing to bridge your Web 2 and Web 3 worlds together.
yeah.
Cultures colliding.
That's a good way of putting it. It's a good way of putting
Yeah.
it. And LinkedIn, LinkedIn skewing to such a professional place, and then
Mhm.
our the Web3 sphere for most people not being professional. So it's interesting using it professionally, being professional in Web3, and then kind of when you put that PBJ sandwich together, what you
Yeah.
end up looking like. It's interesting. So
Yeah.
I got distracted.
No, no worries.
Dylan,
I'm
why
glad
don't
to
you
be
tell?
here. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about you and Bizarre
Yeah.
Beast. What are you up to?
It's been a great process. Thanks for having me, Jordan. And just to highlight to say that, you and Adrian have built this platform for all of us, the community, Farcaster, people building on chain, on base. And I, for one, have been a big beneficiary of the tech that you guys are deploying. So first of all, thanks, for having me. Thanks for building this. Thanks for empowering. Thanks for taking in feedback and continuing to press, the ball forward for all of us. It's really helping empower things that I'm trying to do on chain. They're made better and done faster due to what you're building. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So Bizarre Beast is a notorious on-chain IP, leveraging hand illustrated artwork and on-chain collectible media into now what is becoming a transmedia empire. And that means we're bridging the gap. It's not just games, it's not just NFTs, it's not just art, it's not just animations, it's everything. And that just doesn't mean Bizarre Beast is everything everywhere. That means unique pieces of the brand are being curated and delivered in different ways on those different mediums in order to build a unified universe of Bizarre Beast. So someone can watch a upcoming animation and then they can go play a Bizarre Beast game and have a different Bizarre Beast experience, but still be interacting with the brand. So that's the direction we're headed. I'm really excited about the A3 award that we're a finalist of. We're making a bunch of headway here. And as you can see, you've been a big part of it. Many people on Farcaster have, and helping push the vote, push the Bizarre Beast agenda in this mission to win this award, because this is not just, it's a Bizarre Beast award, but it's also kind of a general ecosystem award on Farcaster. If we can accomplish this and I can make this show happen, then it benefits all of us, that are building on chain.
So if I was going to ask you to pause a moment and then in something that could be edited into a lovely little soundbite, what
Sure.
what is this? Tell me about this A3 competition, or about this and the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So to give you a quick snapshot of what the A3 award is and what's happening with DCP. DCP is Decentralized Pictures. It's a nonprofit 501c3 foundation that's been established they have one mission in mind, and that's to empower creators in the entertainment, media, and film industries to expand their businesses, expand their ideas and reach through funding, support, mentorship, and a lot of different programs. DCP, Decentralized Pictures, has just transitioned to base, and a part of that is empowering new kinds of creators, not just filmmakers, to expand the business. So Bizarre Beast is a finalist for the A3 award, which comes with $100,000 of funding and 6 to 12 months of mentorship to expand the business on chain. I would be focusing my mission on expanding the Bizarre Beast project into streaming animation on chain, on DCP Plus, the upcoming video on demand platform coming next year.
Okay, nice. That's okay. That's cool. That's a good response. Nice. That's cool.
Okay.
No, that's I think that's wonderful, and clearly a potent sphere to be both emerging and assisting in. and also beautiful to see that sort of that win-win combination of finding and highlighting great IP, but not just IP. I mean, this is another case where I find that a lot of the language we have in the world is kind of not problematic, but insufficient to carry the nuance that we perhaps want it to when we're kind of speaking and building in maybe a Web3 more way, where you can look and say, well, IP, we're looking for IP, we're looking for intellectual property. It's like, well, but not actually, I don't want IP. I mean, I don't want IP. We want the storytellers. We want visionaries. We want artists. Like, we want people who are actually going to be on like a journey, and it's not just IP. Like, it's almost like IP is too like clinical, technical, legal,
Sure.
and it's good because it's clean and it slots into a lot of old systems and things. But I think it's not perhaps the most heart-oriented, humanity-oriented articulation of it.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that clinical approach to that word. It's hard to sometimes encompass a single word that captures everything that a creative universe can encompass. Yeah. Maybe we could call it the Bizarre Beast confetti. Just all kinds of stuff that are floating around the world, making their way, maybe into landfills, maybe into pockets, who knows, but
making your way downtown. I think I like the confetti, Bizarre Beast confetti. That's interesting. I mean, I've been watching, me and the missus and I, we've been watching, what's it called? The new one on Apple TV by Vince Gilligan, Pluribus. So so this the spreading of things. I mean, there's this virus and almost this alien species, but thinking about virality, thinking about a mental virus, thinking about memes.
Sure.
There is a lot of connectivity in our world and in our digital lives and in this world that is like almost like a replication of biomimicry of things we see in the natural world that we get to participate with and interact with and weave into our structures. Like, there's nothing new. Things just
that's true.
become reassembled or emerge in slightly different ways.
Reshape, sure.
So how do you see yourself and your role in all of this? How do you define who is Dylan, Bizarre Beast number one, the Bizarre Beast, the heart of the beast?
Yeah, the heart of the beast.
The brain.
My role is, to me, very defined and specific. I see that really I have two purposes here. One is more personal, which is to endeavor to create something that is lasting, economically freeing, purpose-driven. My artwork and my project and building Bizarre Beasts is, truly an obsession, maybe down into the DNA of who I am at this point. And that started long ago when I was a kid learning how to draw, and it brought me to today. So my role in this project, in this community, is to be the creative leader, the artistic visionary that brings this community, to the marketplace, but then also to empower the community to create and be bizarre, just like me, Bizarre Beast. Now, my second purpose, when I started the project, I had it in my mind to, for lack of a better term, maybe give a really solid case study to the Farcaster community, to the industry, of what an artist-led entrepreneurial venture can actually become on chain. As I launched the project, I could see the potential. I could see everything that could happen with the digital collectible environment, and now the evolution of tokens and communities and reward economics. And so my role today is to help carve a path and lead a way that, one, the Bizarre Beast project can follow, but two, that other projects could follow as well.
I like that. I'm that is well, I mean, of course it resonates. That's why we're on this call. That's why we're hanging
Yeah,
out together.
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, we're preaching to the choir here, hanging out. I mean, look, there's 7 people watching. So, I know, and I want to say, like, you agreed to do this at 5 a.m. your time,
Yeah.
and I'm in Europe right now, so it's noon here, and I think that speaks to your blend of obsession and
Mhm.
and your
Yeah.
passion and the bizarreness and to make this happen. Um,
Yeah.
you I've seen, we have so many beautiful, incredible empire creators and people, and that's just a subset of all of the people trying to do
Yeah.
things online. I mean, I skew towards empire. I talk about empire
Yeah,
because
of
that's,
course.
we put our energy into that, and that's what we believe in and what we're trying to. I need to talk about it more, hence I need to do more of these. But we're busy building tools, and we need to share that more so people can see it and use it.
Yeah.
And you've been one of the primary empire builders, like taking that torch ahead consistently in one of the top 3 empires. And after doing some rewards and other things today, I'm guessing you're going to potentially be
Yeah,
moving. You might
maybe.
move up a spot or two again if you
Yeah, we
haven't
might move the
done
needle
any
a little bit today.
actions this month. So, but there's so many creators, just inspiring artists who are, again, trying to find a way in the world and find a way. And this is, like, for me, part of the passion driving me in creating Empire Builder is wanting to see people's individual passionate purpose, magic, energy, creation, um, not just come into the world, but be able to really create a sustainable flow of revenue and creation around their purpose. And so this is something is woven into the DNA of Empire Builder. And more so, I want to see, like, all of these, when we encounter incredible artists like yourself and Push, a top Empire person, and
Mhm.
Kiki, art baby, another top empire, but also other people that are, like, I encounter on the base app, on Farcaster, on Twitter. I mean, I'm skewed to on chain, but there's all these people who are creating things, creating vision, creating stuff with their own hands, which I
Yeah.
think is beautiful and good. I think there's also people who, and this is another conversation we can get into another time, perhaps, but around AI and automation and the challenges posed by them, but the opportunities posed by them. And so I just
Yeah.
mentioned Push. Push spends hours and has honed his whole art craft around making computer, like, so I'm going to say using computer digital tools to create his visuals, not
Yeah.
AI generating, like using software. So we would
Yeah.
say he's like a computer generated artist in those pieces. Um, there's a time when traditional artists might have said that that's not art. you
Yeah,
know
and then
you're
that's
making it
strange,
with a
Yeah.
computer, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you got to get your hand, like, you can't smell the pastels, you
Yeah.
and yet I would dare anyone to look at Push's work and say that he's not an artist, and he's, not realizing his vision into creation, and that it can be powerful and impactful.
Yeah.
Now, he also now is using Midjourney's video generating tool to take his daily pieces and then put them into a video where they morph
Sure.
into each other,
Yeah.
which I think is wonderful. I think they look amazing.
Yeah. I think it's
um,
really cool, and I think AI, automation, technology all has a place and probably a dominant position in the future of art creation. Um, I think we have
I
to take off the rigid rules we have about what creating means and expand
mhm.
the idea of it. Artistry in the modern world today is going to be changed a lot. And, to be honest, I'm a painter, I'm an illustrator, and I do digital work. I can get more done faster doing digital art. It just depends on what's your goal, what's the expression, what are you trying to create. But I think it has a full place for it, and I think everyone who wants to use it should.
I love
Yeah.
that. It was I like that nuanced personal take with actual examples, because you work in all of those different mediums,
Yeah.
and you've used vibe coding at parts and times to help you create video games, and you know, some of the, and to learn and educate and to unlock skills, vectors, and ventures that you would not have accessed or been able to do, you know, a number of years ago.
Absolutely.
Not the time cost, the, you know, family, occupation, all these other things that stop that vision from being realized.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it comes to building, any coding, any building, anything I've done really this whole year. I've really changed the way I operate my business this year. And I would say I spend most of the workday either chatting with Claude or working with Claude on something, organizing files, writing messages, finding research on leads, you know, all kinds of tasks. And that really leverages my time. Now, as an on-chain builder and as an artist, you know, what is a game if it's not moving art? And, you know, what is an animated video if it's not a game that's not playable, just a predetermined set of movements, right? So to leverage AI for a solo creator like me, I'm doing everything myself, you know, and that's a challenge. But to be able to do that with AI, you know, turns me into way more than just me. And it's vital to grow a business on chain.
And I think that's another beautiful, like, maybe we'll get pushed to see if he can come in and do some clipping from some of these sound bites. he's I mean, we're talking about Push a lot too, but I mean, great skill set, great people that we've met and worked with within Empire, the Empire ecosystem, which what you were saying about, it really reminds me of the past while. I've been working on really getting more focused into sort of the unique offering of Empire Builder, why we're structured, how we're structured. You know, I kind of been going through that again and looking at some of the, you know, pitch decks, vision decks, master brief documents. And I think one of the things that one of the purposes and focuses for Empire Builder is to develop more resources to help each other, more services to help each other. That right now we've got a great tool stack. We've got a great, I think, a pretty intuitive and definitely beneficial tool stack, which we can start, I think, demonstrating shortly here. And we can do that. But, you know, I see the need, like, for one example, we have never lived in a noisier time in history. Everyone has a microphone. Everyone can make noise. And in this super noisy period, the challenge is, how do you become clearer, better signal to reach the people who you want to reach with what you're trying to say? And so the tools are better than ever before. Anyone can set up a Twitter account. Anyone can set up YouTube. Anyone can do that and get away from the gatekeepers. Those gatekeepers do not control that entry level. But how you go about doing it, and also how you, not just the knowledge of how to do it, but the services of, like, how to package it so it's good enough to do that solo, or to do it and connect with people. Like, if I'm gonna vibe code a game, or be interested in vibe coding a game, or interested in having a game, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm going to be like, hey, Dylan, here's what I'm thinking. What would this look like? What would it take? I'm going to reach out to MF Bevan, the Farverse creator, brilliant developer making amazing mini apps. He just launched a new one called Immutagen, which is taking, Farcaster, man, there's so much I like to talk about, but then I'm like, how much do I need to unpack for the audience to understand if they don't know these things yet? So quick and dirty, Farcaster, on-chain social media platform, lets you do on-chain cool things, automated, etc., within a social field. So there's sharing, interacting, buying, trading, etc. So a little while ago, a guy named Saya Angel, don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, launched the Warplets and this Warplets Mint collection. And what it would do is it would look at your PFP, your profile picture, and it would take some factors from that, and then it would generate this critter. And it was very cool. You get your own NFT of this critter, this Warplet. So it did well. And so there's all these other creators saying, well, I would love to create something using my vision, my IP, we need another word for that, my empire, my flavor, my wonder. And yet the technology to do it, I don't know how to do that. So what MF Bevan has done is he created Immutagen, which is going to allow people to basically put together the recipe and then set up and make live the possibility to, for a limited time or other factors, have people mint a collection that's going to look at an individual's PFP and then make it that kind of piece, that kind of collection. And so, for example, I could see you easily working in some bizarre factors and making it so that people could, for a limited time, mint their own version of a bizarre beast, drawing from their PFP. And now this is where it all ties in. I think a lot of people are curious about how to monetize, how to make money on chain, how to make money using Web3, how to make money and sustain and drive things. And that's where our tools are coming in. So when someone's making an art piece on chain, they have the money, they can pay for it through that social feed when they see something. We can make it so that they could pay 25 cents, 50 cents, and mint one of these individual versions of a new profile picture of an artist's work.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a more concise way of saying that, but that's accurately what's happening.
That's cool. And I'm excited to be a part. I've been seeing all these kinds of projects rolling out on Farcaster, this DNA morphing art. And I've been thinking about this with Bizarre Beast. I have hit a bit of a challenge. The Bizarre Beasts have kind of I've noticed when you give AI a Bizarre Beast, it kind of has a conundrum of what it should look like. So I'm working through some of those things. Maybe MF Bevan and I can get that.
I actually love that. Well, no, I can generate 1,000 ideas in a second. So, but I mean, I think that one cool thing about that is that your Bizarre Beast look is such a distinct look that AI has a hard time just replicating, which is a mixed blessing. The other thing is I could see you doing seasons around certain styles of beasts. Like this kind of beast that's going to look like this. People could, anyways. That's lots of things.
Totally.
All of that. So Immutagen. I mean, hey, here's a spoiler alert. It's in an hour and a half. Let's see. Yeah, in 2.5 hours, I'm going to be doing another live event with Chris Co-Created, who just launched his Sofa mini app, SOPHA. Actually, it's a Farcaster interface for deep conversation and things like this. He's going to be, I haven't run this by him, but I think it's okay. He's going to be rolling out an Immutagen launch. People will be able to mint a Sofa critter. I'm not going to say what kind of critter it is, but if you go look at the project, you'll probably figure it out pretty quick. But it's going to be a great use case and demo of that. That's a great interface. I could see you, Dylan, really kind of getting into that interface as well, because it's about deep content. It's about curating higher signal, things we were talking about earlier, and really favoring long form content that has high value and gets good interactions, and then being able to surface that.
Yeah.
And so that's something that the space definitely needs. So going back to making money on chain, someone mints an NFT, they have this digital thing. And you can prove that the one that they have, they own, it's theirs. NFTs, blockchain, it gives us the means of digital scarcity. And this is the huge unlock that we're creating around, is the fact that you can have something that's digital and it has scarcity. It is individual, and you can prove that because of blockchain. Yeah. Any other people, yes, they can right click and save, and they can have that picture, but that doesn't entitle them to any of the ownership rights. They can't buy, sell, trade it, and that saved image doesn't have any of the utility or any of the attached, not just value price, but other benefits that owner, on-chain owner of that can have. And that's a big distinction with NFTs. So for example, if someone has minted some of your NFTs in the past, minted them, bought them off a secondary, bought them from someone else who is selling them, or has won them that they will have extra utility, extra benefit in your Bizarre Beasts empire, in your Bizarre
Yeah.
Beast universe. And Empire Builder helps provide that and structure that in certain ways. And then you've also built your own sort of additions to that as well.
Yeah, actually, so expanding on the Empire idea, I've also added a full suite of Empire tiered access points within the Bizarre Beast mini app through using the Glenker API. So, I do kind of like this idea of token gating things, but I also feel like token gating can be a very restrictive process, that kind of creator filtering of people that can interact with my content or my tech. So I kind of like the Empire gating much better, because when a user enters the Bizarre Beast mini app, there are a few features that they have access to based upon what tier they are in my empire, but still everyone has access to everything. Rather than token gating it, if you show up and don't have the Bizarre Beast token, then you're out of luck. You can't use the stuff. And that's just not really the heart of what I'm trying to build, which is that restrictive. Even though I have built the project on top of tokens, I don't want that to be a limiting factor for people to interact with my artwork or play games or those kinds of things. So the Empire ranking system and custom leaderboards is a much better and unique way for me to implement that type of idea into my project. So,
and by
we even
Empire
did that.
ranking system, what do you mean? Like just like leaderboards that are ranking participants, or?
Sure. So like in this conversation, for example, I have certain features within the sticker and meme creator that are only accessible to certain groups of members that are ranked in the Empire leaderboard. So I've tiered it out with 5 different tiers based upon the rank, like 1 through 10, 1 through 20, etc. A deeper dive into that is I've created some custom leaderboards. One of them is exactly what you're talking about. I have an NFT mint, excuse me, in the Bizarre Beast mini app, and individuals that mint that NFT are joining that custom leaderboard for distribution. And then today, when we do the demonstration, I've set up a contest in the Bizarre Beast mini app where anyone that votes for the project in the A3 award, they can register their vote in the contest for a raffle. But for me, what that does is give me access to the individual who voted, their username, the wallet they voted with. So now I can use that data to create a custom Glenker leaderboard for my empire and reward people that have exclusively voted and registered within the app stating that they have voted. So it's really powerful.
I think you are probably the most prolific adopter of new technologies that I've encountered in Farcaster, trying and weaving together all kinds of different on-chain tools, as well as using vibe coding and other things to create your own interfaces and permutations of that. And I think that you're a really good use case model for almost like what an open building environment looks like. We've built Empire specifically with the goal in mind that people who want to do more with it can. We don't limit and gate. We don't close off who can play with our tools. We want to support. We kind of believe in supporting and helping people succeed, and that by being generous, we can help make a greater world, and that the people who we're helping will want to continue to be a part of what we're doing. And so this is why I say, like, Empire Builder at its core, like some of our founding principles are that we believe in being generative, not extractive. We want to be net positive for everyone who's participating and a part of our ecosystem, a greater Empire Builder ecosystem. And we want to model that and support and encourage people that are building to operate in that way. We also believe in being symbiotic, not parasitic. And this goes hand in hand. It's another way of basically saying what I just did, but another flavor to it. And the idea that we are more healthy and resilient when we grow together as an ecosystem of ecosystems. And I see you really being very generous and, I mean, communicative and sharing resources and building out around this,
Sure.
and being a great example of that model. And I want to say thank you for doing that.
Sure.
And I also wanted to let other people know that Empire Builder, while it's a robust framework that allows technical builders and projects to do more, it also is something that we built to be no code
Yeah.
necessary and simple for people to use right out of the box without having to know and all those things. So people that want to be more technical, build it into their own mini apps, they can do that. We fully support and assist that.
Yeah.
If people want to just like activate their own communities, find out who their top holders are, find ways to provide extra utility to their NFTs or their token, and a way to reward and activate their community, that's the core base function of it, and that just works right out of the box.
Yeah, and just to note, like for the first 6 months of launching the Empire, I didn't do any of that custom work. I didn't have a Bazaar-Beast mini app. I didn't have anything. I just had Glanker, and that was enough. I just expanded upon it because it's my obsession, as we've noted, and I want to build and keep creating. But I could have easily just kept it as an out-of-the-box solution and still operated.
I'm going to do more events.
Yeah.
Because I just, we're both so busy. We're also like everyone who's building empires, everyone who's building, we're so busy. We're so, busy with jobs, life, etc., other things. We're doing this with our passion or interest. And we're so busy that we don't really get time to hang out. Like, it's so good to see you. It's so great to hang out and get to catch up.
It is.
And so now we're going to catch up. We're going to talk about things we're passionate about, share and build that. Well, also, there's also like a marketing angle to it. There's getting the message out. And it's like we could record our private conversations and just share it, or we can have the conversations live on stream.
Yeah, we could just have it live, I guess.
So so I see that we've got 23 people watching now. Which is wonderful. This is part of the Bazaar-Beast effect. It's like 5:40 in the morning where you are. It's noon here, and the fact that we have 23 people watching at this time is because you are truly bizarre. Yeah,
and it's because those people are truly bizarre. And I mean, dude, I'm pushing this A3 award, but there are community members that are pushing probably just as hard as me. They're making banners, casting, sharing. We have Bazaar daily rituals in the Bazaar-Beast mini app. I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. And there's so many community members that just, I get messages and they say, I wake up and this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Bazaar-Beast. I want to help. I want to share. How can I help? And I just love that because that's what I'm doing too. So.
Can you, I think we should do like some demo giveaway activation kind of stuff. But before we do that, do you want to like share some art on screen, or just anything you have like around you in the studio, or just, and I'll be quiet and then you can share it and talk about it again. And I'll give you the like main screen. And that way it's another thing that we can clip for content later, or hire someone to do, or, get around to in all of our free time.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Let me pull up a web page here.
Now it's all you.
All right.
I also have it set so that the people can watch it in the horizontal or vertical flow. So if they're watching in vertical, it's going to kind of crop the wings a little bit, but you know what? It is what it is.
All right. Can you see my screen? Sweet.
Yeah, I'm adding it up there right now. So yes.
So as you can see, the Bazaar-Beast mini app, there's always a lot changing and going on this app. I'm every day kind of building, expanding, testing, making it better. I would just highlight, right now while we're looking at it, we have 2 days and 18 hours for the DCP vote for the A3 vote on DCP. It's a big deal. There's a lot of content available about it directly on the mini app or the website. There's a how-to video, how to vote, what to do, where to enter the raffle when you're done. So if anyone has any interest questions, please definitely get in there and vote. We're place number 2. We're pushing for number 1, and we're actually almost there. So I'm really excited. So to answer your question, I would love to feature some artwork, perhaps that people haven't ever seen before.
Ooh.
On my Bazaar-Beast mini app, I have a full portfolio of canvas paintings that I've done in the Bazaar-Beast style. I've been developing the nature of what the Bizarre Beast will be. Most of these canvas paintings are 16 by 20 inches. This bull painting that I just clicked is 40 by 40. This snake painting right here is 39.5 by 39.5 inches. A lot of the canvas work that I do is a little bit big, so I like to paint big. The other thing that I do...
Sorry, I got distracted. I love that. I think that big, like, again, sorry, I know I said I wasn't letting you talk about...
No, go, interrupt.
We're so used to seeing content now on devices, like on mobile or even desktop, and it's such a small palette, small screen. And so to hear, that your love of larger pieces, I think that that's amazing. And I love that. And I mean, if I guess instead of us having private conversations, this is when we get the talk. So what I would say is that I think that there's completely an opportunity and a space for you to do, like, to cross over the physical digital divide, as well as the, like, public performance with on-chain or more longer-term digital stuff. And my brother actually was an art. He is an artist, but he works at a boatyard in charge of the electrical department. But there was an era in time when he would travel around with a band, and he would paint a 4x8 sheet of plywood per night with a live mural while the band was playing, and then auction it off at the end of the night. and so what I was just thinking and seeing is, like, I could totally see you bringing things to life, like big canvases or live streaming. Like, I would love to see you do a live stream of painting a big piece with an auction that rises over the time of the live stream. Maybe we'll talk afterwards, but, like, maybe we could do a co-event, like a sponsored event or something like that. So, yeah,
I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I have a lot of ideas in my mind for next year about live streaming. Those things are on my list. I want to do a lot more video content. To be honest with you, if things stack up the way I hope they do with the A3 award, it will give me a lot more flexibility and free time to create, build, think through more content strategies, all those things.
You can hire me.
Yeah, I will have to. The Bizarre Beast NFT gallery looks like it's loading a little slow, but there's a page of all the NFT galleries on here. I wanted to highlight probably my paper illustrations nobody's ever seen. I've got some of a selection of my paper illustrations on the mini app that are not necessarily Bizarre Beast related, but just some of my other work, so that people can see I draw more than just Bizarre Beast. These are all my paper and ink illustrations on this page. Not all of them, but some of them. So now on the Bizarre Beast mini app, we also have a lot of games. If you're a game player, Treasure Quest, Coin Toss daily for a monthly prize, and then all the other 8 games that I have powered by Remix, all hand coded by me. So as you can see, I've really leveraged the Bizarre Beast artwork into many different ways. There's a lot to explore on the website.
I love how you've made sort of your website and mini app like your central location for your Bizarre Beast universe. And I think that I would highlight that to other creators, builders, and founders, the value and importance of having your own owned space that is not just reliant on other platforms. Because if your core audience and attention is solely based just in Farcaster or just on, let me turn it back here. Okay, if it's like just on Farcaster or just on GoWeb2, just on Facebook, just on Twitter, anything like this, the moment that platform changes the rules or changes the algorithm or does anything like that, you are screwed. And I remember early Facebook. I'm old. I've been around for a while. I remember early Facebook. I remember Google Plus. I remember MySpace too. I remember all of these different places and things. And if you are beholden to your audience only being in that place, and that place goes under, changes, the meta shifts, you're in trouble. So have your own core element. And another big principle from Web 2 that I think people overlook in Web 3 because they don't have time and they're busy trying to just make it work and go, is like the value of an email newsletter, the value of an email list, your own owned email list, is a way that you have people, permission marketing 101, which is people who've said, hi, I like what you're doing and I'd like to know when you're doing stuff. And yes, you can have like poor open rates and other things, but you know that this person has said, tell me what you're doing. And that the people that open that are people who are like, I like what you're doing, and I'm way more likely to buy, support, donate, pay, participate in what you're doing, because what you're doing is significant enough to me that I want you in my inbox. And they're going to do that more than turn on notifications.
Have you seen that Paragraph has an API now where you can use the Paragraph platform to feed your Paragraph posts onto your mini app or website, and you can use Paragraph newsletter subscription? So I've done that. I built it in yesterday. It's brand new. You want to check it out? I'll show it to you.
Yeah. It's 12:46. Should we give some stuff? Should you want to give some stuff away?
We better give some stuff away.
It's 5:47. I know you've got, we guys talk, highlight tech, talk about art.
So check this out. All this is powered by the Paragraph API now. So you can subscribe to the newsletter. It opts their wallet in. They log into the mini app with the wallet. So now I'm now subscribed and opted into the Bizarre Beast Paragraph newsletter. As you can see here, there's an Empire booster for holding the Paragraph Writer coin that I launched, the BB Blog token. You can buy the token.
I just want to, if I can for 1 second, just show the again, like this kind of ties it together beautifully. What I was just saying about kind of your own sovereignty and owning your own platform, owning your own place, and then utilizing the secondary distribution channels. If we're going to get into like our marketing talk and our other backgrounds and stuff, but it's like your primary thing is what you want to be secure, solid, and people can't take that from you. And you don't want to build everything on a secondary platform where it pivots and you're screwed. What you can do is build your core empire, your core foundation, your core token, and then you can utilize those other externals, and you can bring that into your empire, bring utility, utilize those things. But you don't know how long those things are going to be around. And if you've made that thing your centerpiece, if it changes, you're in trouble. So this is a great use case where you've made the Paragraph token a booster in your empire. So you've incentivized people to hold it. You've rewarded your community members who are holding it because they get it as a booster on their empire, and then that booster will multiply their core, the value of their core holdings, your core BB Empire token, and it will move them higher up the ranked leaderboard, where they have, in your case, beautifully, the higher they are up the leaderboard, the more they can access certain other parts in your mini app as being a higher tiered community member. And then also when you go to do rewards or just like rewards, token rewards, NFT raffles, this kind of thing, you get to choose the bottom cutoff point of who you want to include in that activation. And so the higher up a leaderboard someone is, the more likely they are to be in the place where they're going to receive what that raffled reward might be.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Glenker's a great way to kind of bring cohesion and tie everything together. So anyway, I was just highlighting this. It's quick and easy. They have an API out now. Check it out. I think it's a great way to integrate subscription, email, newsletter, and blog directly on chain into the mini app you already have going. I didn't even utilize all the capabilities of the API either. They have an SDK as well. So
that's beautiful. No, I need to talk to. I'm overdue for a conversation with Willy Wonka and Nounspace, the head of Nounspace guy, because I want to talk to him about integrating and how we can more easily create a landing experience for empires and people with a no code kind of infrastructure.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that onto my radar. Do you want to give some stuff away? Do you want to do some raffling? How much longer do you have? I want to be sensitive of your time, but
we can do about 10 more minutes. That's cool.
All right. Because I know you've created a custom leaderboard.
I have.
You used our API function to create an API custom leaderboard.
I did. It was actually pretty easy. Surprisingly, it sounds complicated, but with the power of AI, it's not too hard. So yeah, I built this, you see right here, obviously this is my Glenker Empire. Maybe to highlight what your Berserker was saying, where are we at? Number 2 today. Nice.
Yeah, Easy in Crypto has responded on Twitter and has set out 2 great projects together here. Thank you very much. And
what's up, Easy?
The comments. And is that like, a bizarre beast?
Dude, he is like hyper bizarre.
That's excellent. And also said Willy Wonka is awesome. So
yeah, Easy in Crypto. Actually, shout out to him. He, as a fresh builder, learning how to code this year, the Bazaar Beast mini app works pretty good, but there's a few things about it that needed some testing, and I couldn't do it on my own. So Easy helped me do some testing. He's actually still helping me. So that's the power of having a community and building in the open, even though things break and you might take some shit for it on Farcaster, but people help you
and
build,
also,
and that's wonderful.
We got a Schmittiest on base and GM fan. So, and that, absolutely killing it over here. I got to say, Dylan, you showing up at 5 a.m. and knocking out of the park here. That's well done. I've been up since 5 a.m., but it's noon here. So I got 7 hours head start.
Man, I'm just too excited. I can't help it. I can't talk about all the things that are happening yet. I just can't share it yet, but my God, I can't wait till next year
do this
to
more
announce
often.
what I'm working on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
We gotta do this more often. It's great to. I think it's also great. Like you have all these people you hang out with or you talk with, and you resonate with, and you're like, but the conversations are predominantly asynchronous and in text. So it's great to actually be able to hang out and hear tone and see people's like excitement and all of this.
Yeah,
so,
dude. It's exciting.
Okay, so tell me what you're doing here. Walk me through this.
All right, so here's the Glenker Bazaar Beast Empire. As we noted, I built this custom leaderboard. This is all the people that have entered the vote for our application on A3 and entered the raffle in the Bazaar Beast mini app. If you've done that, you are automatically listed in this leaderboard. There are 71 members so far. That's really good. So what we're going to do is I put into the treasury this morning.
When's the last time you updated the leaderboard? So if you go back to that API leaderboard that you have, the refresh, the update button will actually, so it's actually going to call right now and refresh. So before you do your raffles, it should, unless we break it, but it should actually go. And if anyone's voted or registered while we've been live, this is gonna like include them in there.
Let's see what happens when it updates. It usually takes about 30 seconds to grab all the data.
Here, I'll pop
I haven't
back on the
updated
screen.
it since I created it, so let's see. I just created it this morning though, so.
There we go. It's done.
72. We got another vote.
Hey, all right. So we managed to whoever the 72nd person to get in there was, you are now entered into the raffle.
Yeah. So we're going to drop some rewards to the leaderboard for the voters. This morning I put in 20 million BB. I've been receiving some tips from the TYSM Grat Pack community for our current collab for the Howler NFTs. I'm sure you've seen that. It's been really cool and a lot of fun. People are taking Bazaar artwork, Bazaar beasts, Bazaar prompts, and changing their Howler NFT into a Bazaar one, similar to that DNA PFP5 you were talking about.
That's awesome. I like that.
So it's really been a lot of fun. And so to honor that collaboration and say thank you, I've put some of that token that we've been getting tipped into the treasury. So we're going to drop it to everybody on this leaderboard. I was going to do a raffle, but I think I'm just going to distribute it to everybody.
Nice. And so I wanted to say as well, like one of the things we often say to Empire builders when you're looking at these tools and how to use them is Empire Builder, the platform, is here as a community management tool, community activation tool. It's there to help you find and reward your core community members, your active community. This is why having boosters and things in there helps, because it allows you to see who's actually sticking around, who's picking up NFTs, who's getting your paragraph coin, who's doing who's doing more than just buying and holding your underlying token. And that means that when you do raffles or you do distributions, when you choose that, you are randomly rewarding as like a gift and a blessing as an activation. You're not using it, like, you do not want to use this as a way of doing like set distributions to like as passive dividends. You know, that's why I'd say, like, you're not saying, okay, we're going to release, you know, X percentage is going to go into the treasury and every week we're going to distribute blah blah. Like, you don't want to do that, because then you're setting yourself up as a security, and people can, you know, the Howey test is that could people expect have a reasonable expectation of value and gain and other things like this. So that's why this is a community management tool. And we advise this, you know, we say use it as a community management tool. So doing distributions, doing rewards at different times and in no guaranteed way is the proper way, in my opinion, to use this. Not legal.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful for that too. You know, this is a rewards platform. It's not a securities distribution and dividends platform, unless I guess you want to take it that way. I'm using.
Oh no, actually. So one of the things we're doing, Adrian's working on right now, is we're actually going to switch from airdrop platform to a claim platform, so people have to come and claim. Nice. And I also am talking to him about baking something in so that if people don't claim within 30 days, it's going to revert back to the treasury. I want to do something like that. Cool. Like, again, focusing on really making it a community rewarding tool for active members. And really, because the value of all of this is being a part of the community, is supporting the artists, the creators, the builders, the founders. That's the meat and potatoes. The reward stuff is like extra sweet sauce. It's not the core offering.
Totally. Yeah, and I'll be honest, and I've been a little bit less droppy with the Empire the last couple months, just because I've been working so hard, and it doesn't make a big difference. People are super involved, grateful, connected. You know, the Glanker system is more of a community activation and distribution tool. It's not like someplace everybody goes every day with a large expectation of anything happening. It's just another connection point in the whole economics of the project. So I'm going to drop this already.
All right. Don't like that. I can't even read the warning from here.
It's too many users selected.
Oh, interesting. How many users did you select? That's weird. Maybe you're bug finding for us to send to Adrian, who's
hey, you know, that's part of my building process too. Even though I try all the tools, I take it upon myself to happily test, and I don't care because I'm the one also breaking things and people are helping me test. So
if you're doing, because you sent out one distribution already and it went through okay.
No, I haven't done any yet this morning.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, it's, you know, always try turning it off and back on again, like refresh, reload the page. But maybe always come up live. The other thing that could happen that sometimes is an issue is if gas prices have gone up a lot, or if gas is high. Okay, Schmitty is saying gas has been tricky. So sometimes if gas is fluctuating, is super high, we have some things in there just to save people money and functionality where it won't go through because of gas.
Yeah, seems to be that.
And that can be the issue with token deployments, like kind of like this ERC20s. I would say maybe try doing an airdrop of an NFT raffled off to someone in there.
All right, let me grab one of the contracts I'm going to drop.
Meanwhile, Easy in Crypto saying he just opted over into Farverse by MF Bevan, Slay to Earn, and of course is battling Bizarre Beasts in the dungeon.
Yeah, Bizarre Beasts are everywhere this week. We're pushing hard on that A3 award, and I appreciate, dude, MF Bevan has been a really tremendous collaborative partner for this effort. So as Ali from Influence and Lior from Product Link, Nomadic Frame,
I like
and
Lior.
Ricky Ball and Millie Boo. I mean, there's just so many people that are joining in to support the cause of
Yeah.
Bizarre Beast earning this award. It's been really meaningful to me to have that kind of
And
support.
so while you're working on this, I'm going to say, like, because I know we're getting near your cutoff time, but I'm going to be going to this leaderboard because anyone can go and look at leaderboards for empires. They can refresh those leaderboards, and then they can do their own NFT airdrops to that leaderboard. So I'm going to later on today be doing some NFT airdrops to this particular leaderboard of yours as like a thank you and an incentive for people who are supporting you and this drive to get first place and win this 100,000 grand.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that. And maybe we can talk to Divyfly about this little gas limit thing. And if I can get this pushed through, I'll drop these 72 people those tokens in this treasury. Whenever we can.
And let's see if the airdrop function will go through here gas wise. This is one of the reasons as well that we're moving to more of that claim function, is that it will be more stable and reliable in wonky gas circumstances.
Okay, here we go. How about I'll raffle 10 of the people on this leaderboard?
Nice. Easy Crypto saying that MF Bevan is rocking it lately for sure. We definitely agree.
There we go.
All right.
Sweet. That dropped.
Looks like, yes, success.
Got it done.
Congratulations to the winners. And
yeah, let's see who won.
Yeah, so you can do the share now. And I don't know if you've seen this. One of the things, or who's won? Can you give us some names?
It's like Art Studio, Panda Bear, Sausage Dad, See a Dude. Yeah, this is great.
Nice. Okay, so now if you go back into Empire and scroll up to the distributions, click on distributed, and you're going to see what you've been sending out. And if you click on any of those things, you'll actually be able to surface the transaction and or bring up the kind of like share thing. Because in the past, people were like, who did I share to? Who did I send to? Yeah. I wanted to find that information again. Well, we've now made that easier to surface.
Yeah, this is much easier. And it's great that you can come back and reference it again.
Yeah, because I know you've always been, and there you go. Also here, airdrop. So you can see.
Great.
And you can tweet it out from there too, or X. Do we still say tweeting? I mean, people aren't saying Xing, right? They got to go X this.
Xing? I think maybe, I guess posting.
I was pushing for excrete. Like excrete this to X.
That sounds so gross.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't really. I mean,
oh my God, don't
that's
secrete on my X profile, dude. That's sickening.
That's a great place to finish our conversation here.
A great finish, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us. We're up to 40 people watching live, which I think is great considering it's now 6 a.m. where you are.
Yeah, that's great.
Maybe this was a wonderful gift by you, Dylan, to your community. I think Bizarre Beast is by far and away one of the absolute tip-top empires in Empire Builder. You have shown up from early days, been one of our first early users, and just keep delivering. It is an honor and a joy to be partnering with you in building all of this. And thank you for making this early morning call. For once, Europe is not missing out. Europe gets to be awake when something's happening with an American.
Well, honestly, and right back at you, I appreciate the honor of being here, the conversation, the interest in the project, the continued support and friendship. I feel like I'm just getting started, and I feel like everyone else who's following the project is just getting started too. There's a lot of bizarre momentum and things happening this year and next year, and I'm very, very excited to keep building. So just as a note, when this leaderboard issue gets worked out, I will definitely drop the tokens to all the voters, so don't worry about that. I'll make sure everything's getting taken care of. And less than 3 days left for the A3 award. Make sure you get in there and vote. We're only about 30 votes away from the first place position. We don't have to get it. Top 3 move on to the next phase, but
I'm glad
I would love to be top just to say we got it. But if you're top
Absolutely.
3, you're going to committee selection. So we're a strong number 2. So I think we're going to be able to, whatever happens over the next 2 days, we'll see. But
and does the committee selection, is there only one prize, or is there a skew of different, there's
just one. They just
so there's one
project.
top 3 get to the committee decides.
Correct.
And so being number 1 would be also lovely and show a little extra support that you've got.
A little extra support would.
Yeah. Aim for number 1.
Just the competitive nature of being Bizarre. I'd love to see us at the top of the list.
Ev, so I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I love verbalizing names you see on chain and online all the time. But so Evo.
I always say it. I just say Evo GSR. That's what I say.
Well, that's nice. I like EvoBizarre.eth says vote Bizarre, everyone.
Dude, and Evo is another one of those community members going crazy Bizarre every day and helping me test features within the mini app. So it's been awesome.
I got to say, it's wonderful. I need to have guests. I need to have you on more often because clearly, 45, 46 now, people show up. People love being Bizarre.
People love being Bizarre. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone just be Bizarre. Who gives
What's the name of my guy? I need to get my guy. The guy drinking mate is like Hans. No, it's not Hans. Hans is the other guy. The one you did for me.
Him? Let me see what I named him.
I think he's in my profile picture on my Farcaster banner. Well, thank you. I don't want to keep you too late. I know you've got.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
But thank you so much for being here. We're absolutely going to be doing more of these in 2026. I think I'm very excited and looking forward to 2026. I think it's going to be a great year. And I've seen a number of people posting the thing on chain right now and Web3 and the market's down and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you are primarily focused on hyper short time frames and being in the casino, that's fine. But most people get wrecked in casinos. Most people do not do well at casinos. And most people who invest, like Warren Buffett did not make his money at the casino. And even away from that, like, that's cool and that's great. But I love, I'm here because I believe in the possibility of the long-term, sustainable, generative kind of ecosystems and energy that we can build and develop, the things that have been made possible by the emergence of blockchain and on-chain, which allows for the means of digital scarcity. I'm going to talk about this often. I'm going to need to make some foundational posts about this. I should set up my paragraph, all of these things. But the fact is that we live in a different world because of the evolution of these tools and these technologies. And right now we still see early stuff and early use of this. And Empire Builder is about building empires, and empires are built brick by brick, day by day, by the people who show up and make things that are lasting. And it's interesting, being in Europe right now, like, I go around, I'm like, oh, hey, cool, there's like a Roman ruin right there. And I mean, like, that's kind of old. and it didn't get built overnight. And it took a lot of time and a lot of systems and a lot of hard work. And I think, when I look at the Empire top leaderboard, when I see you and Art Baby and Push and Suffuse with the Master Grief Empire, and Hambit is there, Sia Dude and Ron West's empires, you are people who have been showing up, been putting in the steps day by day, and you're the people I want to build with. Who do you want on your side when things are happening? You want people who show up.
Absolutely. Consistency and hard work are rare qualities and the most valuable. Intelligence, good looking, all talented, but who gives a shit? You know,
I
do you
got wow.
show up? Do you work? No, you're a
I got a
handsome
haircut
man.
the other day, you know,
Absolutely.
but it's mostly because the wife said I was looking too shaggy. I don't pay much attention to that. I get when I start catching enough looks, I'm like, okay, I got to go get a haircut. I got to come
Well,
up
you know
for
what
air.
those before we go with those markets down, I just thought I would like these markets. I don't care, man. Like the techs, if you liked Bitcoin, if you liked if you liked it last year and you were, then it's even better now because it's cheaper to buy. You know, the tech is the same and improving. The communities are improving and growing. The networks are getting faster and stronger. Like this is the future. It's the future of economies. It's the future of communities. It's the future of paying our bills. It's the future of buying a car. It's the future of borrowing money to go on vacation with your wife and kids. It's like, this is where we're headed. And I don't sweat the small stuff. I'm looking 10, 20 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to moon bounce Bizarre Beasts. I don't really give a shit about today's step of action. I do, but I want to be planetary jumping. I want to move the needle in big, massive ways. And, who cares if the market's down? The opportunity to move the needle in big, massive, bizarre ways is still here today. Maybe even more so because there's a bunch of people crying, maybe quitting, maybe leaving. Great. Get out of the way. Let's make room for the real builders that are ready to take the future.
And that's yes, and I'm one of I think the 4 or 5 alpha callers in Zeneca's Zen Academy, and I share sort of alpha in there, and I have my own little channel, and I share I try to share some advice. I try to share, like they say, you're going to learn in 2 different ways in the market, and you're going to learn whether it's trading, whether it's stocks, crypto, options, anything. You're going to learn. There's 2 ways you learn, and there's like the hybrid way. And like one is you're going to pay money and put in time and education. You're going to pay money to education. You're going to pay money and put in time to learn, to grow this discipline, this kind of thing, or you're going to just lose a crap ton of money. You're going to lose money. You're going to feel pain, and that's so. There's like, I guess there's a knob there. There's a knob there, and it's like you can just lose money to the market and lose money and just be chopped for everyone else, or you can spend money and time, spend money or time. You can spend energy. We can just bring it to energy. You can put energy into the market, or you can put energy into, because like you said, we have Claude AI, we have tools and resources. Like you can educate, you can put in discipline, you can do these things to try to find an edge. And I got nothing. No, people can go play in the casino. That's fine, but know what you're doing. Accept what you're doing. If you're going in and you're like, I'm going to go to this casino and I have $100 and I don't care if I lose because I'm going to go have fun, that's completely different than I'm going to go in and take like a lot of money and put money in because I want to make a lot of money, but I'm not willing to put time and energy, have a strategy, have discipline, those kind of things. Like most people want to be slinging day traders. Most people do not have the temperament for that. They don't have the skill, and they're going to be emotionally all over the place. So,
and it's like, and it's maybe, it's kind of maybe dirty or maybe just a little bit obscene to consider that blockchain and crypto is just about like bringing in this Wild West approach to let's trade. Like crypto is a tradable tool, but it's a tool. It's a Lego. It's not a raffle ticket in a casino. That's fiat shit.
Well, we're going to see this transition. Blocks. Like part of the whole reason the initial NFT boom went crazy is like there was so much liquidity by all of these people who were very fortunate. There's some who were very intelligent, but many guessed or took risks or gambles. There's all these people who made a ton of money early on Bitcoin and ETH. Like, it went crazy, and they have all this magic money, these big numbers and zeros. So then NFTs come around. They're like, yep, we'll just like ape into that. So all of this liquidity was in there. And then over this past few eras and dips, people who weren't there because of strategy and discipline, basically lost all of their money into the system and into extraction. And now we're in this place and people are like, where do I find all this craziness? And it's like, well, no, because a lot of dumb money is washed out. A lot of dumb money doesn't exist anymore. So it's now a lot more difficult, and it a lot more difficult to succeed here. And you're way less likely to succeed through Yahoo behavior.
Yeah.
You might, and it's okay, and go full degen sometimes. But if you're going to be smart about it, look at how much money you have to spend. Look at why you want. Look at your portfolio and say, okay, I got 10%. I've got $100, $200 that I'm going to be fully stupid with, and I'm allowed to be fully stupid with this $200. Like that's what it's there for.
Sure.
But this other stuff, I'm going to put it into other things. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but I'm telling you to think about that.
Yeah. Good words.
I got a little excited there. We're here to talk about Empire Builder, and building empires is long-term things to support creators, builders, and founders. Thank you for your time. I've been here with Dylan, the Bizarre Beast, the heart of the Beast Empire. And it sounds like I'm saying
thanks for having me, Jordan.
Kind of am. But do you have any parting thoughts?
No, that's it. When we get that leaderboard worked out, I'll drop the tokens. Make sure to get in there and vote for the A3 award when you do register, so we can keep track of it on the mini app. And let's just keep going bizarre. There's some major bizarre and big things happening next year, and I can't wait to share them. So just follow.
I love it. We're up to 54 people now. That's just the bizarre effect, and people waking up. Now, one last thing I was going to say that's beautiful about on-chain and Web3 and why it's so valuable is that it brings together two key things. It brings transparency, which allows for accountability. And so this is where, when you say, like, on your own name, your reputation, what you're building as Bizarre Beast, you're like, I'm going to do this later. I am going to reward these people later. It's like, yes, you will. And it'll be on chain. And you're going to post it on Farcast, or you're going to post it on Twitter. And it's going to be on the Empire on chain. People can go in, they can click on distributed, and they'll see this raffle happened. They'll see that this went out, and you rewarded your community members who showed up. So
I actually really like that, because I'm an honest guy, and I don't mind having accountability. So in fact, this makes my life way easier, because everyone just knows that when I say something, I'll do it. I don't have to prove
I also
it.
love the raffle feature, because back in the, like, everyone has to plug into that like spinny wheel, and you like download all your lists and you put it in there, and then you record the video, and then you share it, and then people are like, you recorded it, how many times did you spend before you, like, no, I just want to be like, here you go, on chain, bam,
done. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dylan. We'll talk again soon. Thank you, everybody, for showing up and paying attention.
Thanks, everybody.
I gotta go, because I gotta charge up a little bit, and I got another meeting in 12 minutes.
All right. Have a good one. Stay bizarre.
Bathroom break and a fresh kettle. Bye, all.